Hi, I'm Carl Watson, and this is my presentation of... Actually, I'm Carl Watson, and this is my presentation of the transition of visual effects in the movies. So without any further ado, let's get this started. Perhaps the most famous film to introduce visual effects was in 1902 with the movie Trip to the Moon. The maker of this film incorporated many effects, such as substitution splices, which makes a subject or item appear to disappear by starting and stopping the camera, as well as time-lapse photography. Nothing of significance seems to have transpired until 1927, when a film called Metropolis burst onto the scene. This movie used a technique called the Schuften process, and that process used mirrors to project the actor's image onto miniature model sets to create elaborate city scenes. In 1933, King Kong hit the screen with ingenious effects, using miniatures and stop-motion single-frame animation. This is the process of photographing objects one frame at a time, and when played back, it creates the effect of an object moving. In 1939, it is reported that a film known as The Wizard of Oz was one of the first feature-length movies to be presented in 3-strip Technicolor. 1 year later, in 1940, the first recorded use of chroma key was utilized. Chroma key, also known as chroma compositing, is combining 2 or more images together through the use of manipulating images using color hues. The Thief of Baghdad brought this technique to the world of cinema. Many films were released during 1940 and 1960. However, 1963 was a game changer with the release of Jason and the Argonauts. Following the techniques used in King Kong, Jason and the Argonauts dramatically improved on the technique of stop-motion filmmaking. In 1968, it set a milestone in visual effects with 2001: A Space Odyssey. 2001 introduced rotoscope into the motion picture industry. Rotoscoping is the process of creating animated sequences by tracing over live-action footage frame by frame. This effect allows animators to create lifelike characters who appear to move in futuristic environments. 1977 brought visual effects to a whole new level and is one of the reasons I became fascinated with filmmaking. Star Wars exploded onto the scene with effects both old and never before seen. Star Wars creators invented the computerized motion control camera system that allowed a camera to recreate and repeat camera motions. Jump to 1982, we were thrust into the computerized world of Tron. Tron used 3D computer graphics that created characters, scenes, backgrounds, special effects, and entire animated sequences blended in with live-action shots. The rest of the 80s and 90s produced many good films that built upon and improved the previously mentioned effects. However, in 2003, filmmakers began to use CGI, which stands for computer-generated imagery. Lord of the Rings used this tool, which was cheaper to produce than visual effects, and it made scenes and characters appear more realistic. The years between 2000 to the present have brought us so many innovations in visual effects, and to name them all in this short documentary would be impossible due to the limitations of this presentation. One of the recent notables of 2023 is the release of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, in which advances in CGI and the new use of AI technology helped the production crew create realistic scenes and transform an aged Harrison Ford back into the glory days of his original character. Many people had reservations on the use of AI technology today, and their concerns have merit. However, that is a subject for another project.